Well, Good Friday, everyone. This is John Miller with a devotional this morning, and I would like to talk to you about the greatest commandment in the Bible. And I'll take it from Matthew 22, where the Pharisees meet up with Jesus after Jesus has silenced the Sadducees. And they're always trying to trick him into something, but they gathered together, and one of them, who was a lawyer, asked Jesus a question, and he basically, and then it says testing him. And so he said, "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" And Jesus said to him, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind." And just pausing right there to think about the magnitude of that commandment. Who does that? Who loves the Lord with all their heart, all their soul, all their mind? Nobody I know except Jesus, when he walked this earth and pleased his Father 100% of the time. So, incredible commandment that God has asked us to keep, and we are perpetually humbled by it. But Jesus goes on. He said, and the second is like it. Even though he called the first, he said this is the first and foremost commandment. He says the second is like it. It's on the same par. And so he says, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. And I believe that God used that phrase to indicate to us that, well, we do love ourselves. It's not that he was telling us to love ourselves. He was pointing out a fact that we take care of our bodies, we take care of our lives, we feed it, we dress it. We're overtaken with making sure that our body continues to live. And so that is a form of love in this. And it's interesting when I look at this to read what comes later. In Galatians chapter 4 and verse 14, that Paul wrote around 49 AD, he said, "For the entire law is fulfilled in keeping this one commandment." The entire law is fulfilled in keeping one commandment. That really narrows down what our focus ought to be on, doesn't it? And here is the answer. It's not love the Lord your God. He said the entire law is fulfilled in keeping this one commandment: love your neighbor as you love yourself. And that's powerful when you think about it, because obviously we think that the vertical loving God comes before loving neighbor, but this puts them not just on a level par. He's saying if you love your neighbor, that is a deeper principle. And I think the principle, I was reading 1 John 4, verse 20, that says, "For the one who does not love his brother and sister whom he has seen cannot love God whom he has not seen." So there's something about the display of our character that is borne out in the way we treat other people that says something to God about our love for him. And then I want to finish off this time by one more statement from Jesus, where he talks about the commandment, and he calls it a new commandment. And so this is around 90 something AD, because it's written by John, and it's in John 13:34, and Jesus says, "A new commandment I give you." And here it is, new commandment: love one another. But he doesn't say love your neighbor as you love yourself. He upgrades it quite a bit. He says, here's the new commandment: love one another as I have loved you. You must love one another. John 13:34. Okay, that puts it into a new category. More than loving my neighbor as I love myself. I am called upon and commanded by Jesus to love you, to love others the way Jesus has loved me. Powerful, isn't it? Something to ponder. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Love you all. Bye-bye.